Hey, welcome everybody to the, we on? Can you hear me?
We're on. Yep, you're off mute.
Okay, great.
We're good.
Welcome to the Sarpy County Board of Equalization meeting. Today is April 19th, 2022. It's 3:01 p.m. And it's my son's birthday. So happy birthday, Michael. Copy of Nebraska Open Meeting Act rules are on the north wall of the board room. In attendance today, we have all 5 commissioners, as well as our county administrator, Dan Hoynes, and our county clerk and register of deeds, Debra Houghtaling. I see our county treasurer, Trace Jones, out there. And if you would, please silence your cell phones, and let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2 items on consent.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion by Warren and a second by Commissioner Kluge. Discussion? Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay, all agenda items having been addressed as published, the Board of Equalization is adjourned.
1 minute here.
And we'll move into the Board of Commissioners meeting.
Okay.
So welcome, everybody. Still April 19th. It's 3:02 p.m. All 5 commissioners, our county administrator and county clerk are present. Commissioners and administrator announcements and comments. Commissioner Burmeister.
I don't have any announcements.
No comments, thank you.
Well, you prompted my thought, and today is our youngest daughter's birthday, so
Oh,
get those 2 together for a party.
There we go. Gary?
Gosh, I hope one of these meetings lands on one of my kids' birthday at some point. Happy birthday, everyone.
Thanks.
Nothing, sir.
Okay, I just have one comment. I had actually invited the general manager for the Storm Chasers, Marty Cordero, to come before our board sometime and just give us a little preview of coming attractions for the summer. And I see that Marty's here, so I would like to yield my comments to Marty to come up and say a few words on behalf of the Storm Chasers and the Omaha Union Soccer Club.
Got the magnetic ones.
All right, thank you. Hi, Marty.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you, sir.
For those that are watching, this is a schedule. These are not tickets.
Thank you.
Just schedules. Marty Cordero, President, Union Omaha, and Omaha Storm Chasers. Glad to be here today. Somewhere it's warm, and it's outdoor sports weather somewhere. Hopefully it's going to be here soon. But just want to come just say thanks. Appreciate the partnership. It's hard to believe it's year 12 already of Warner Park, which Mr. Hoynes and I have talked about several times. And, so many great things have happened over the 12 years. The last 2 years have been difficult. And we're proud to announce that we're not only fully staffed again, but we're staffed beyond where we were pre-pandemic on both sides. And we're starting to get more applications on the game day side, the hourly side. So that speaks well to the community and the economy. So, we have about 300 events on tap this year. Storm Chasers will be playing 75 home games. Union Omaha will be playing hopefully close to 20 home games again if we play deep into the playoffs, and then we'll have another 150 to 200 special events. So we're going to keep using Warner Park as we've done and continue to do so. But a lot of fun things on tap from the Storm Chaser side. Our relationship with the Royals is in year 2 of a new 10-year partnership, and they currently have the 3rd ranked farm system. So from a talent perspective and a baseball perspective, there's a lot for the community to come witness and come see. The next Major League stars of tomorrow are here at Warner Park today, and we're really excited about the way this season is going to go. A lot of talent. We were also ranked as like one of the top 10 starting lineups. So if you're a baseball fan, community fan, there's a lot to like out at Warner Park. This is the first of a 3-year partnership with UNO on hosting 100% of the state high school finals here in the metro area. So we're really excited about that. I had some conversations today about how it's going to be going forward now that they've announced Class C baseball. So we're starting to have conversations on how that might also impact, and maybe Warner Park can host some additional state high school baseball games as well. So a lot of fun things on the baseball side. And then on soccer, this Saturday night, 6 o'clock's our home opener, but more importantly, we will be raising championship banner, recognizing the 2021 champions. That game was won at Warner Park, which was an all-time League One playoff attendance record. So Coach Mims has another great squad. A lot of new faces as most of our players moved up to the higher level, the championship level in the USL, but a lot of fun things and a lot of things on tap this year right down the road here in Sarpy County.
Well, great, thank you. You guys have any comments or questions? Gary? Well, Marty, I I came to the game last Tuesday, and the field looked just fabulous. So kudos to your team, because the place, it doesn't look 12 years old. It really looked good. And I got a chance to talk to, and I think Dan did as well, we got a chance to talk with Gary. And, and he shared some of his vision, if you will, for the future. And I think it's a great vision. Gary always says that, Warner Park is a great amenity. And it's one of the things that we offer our citizens that, that many cities don't have the luxury of doing. So we hope that people of Sarpy County and the greater metropolitan area take advantage of the quality and caliber of the sports that you guys are hosting out there on both the soccer and the baseball side. I know the weather didn't cooperate in your first homestand, but next week is shaping up to be a fabulous week, and it'll actually looks like temperature-wise that spring will be here, and with the early starts, it really makes for a great night for kids as well. So
It does.
best of luck this season. We look forward to partnering with you as we always do, and bringing great things to the citizens of our area. So thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. And as your tourism director always says, we're proud to be the pro sports capital of the state of Nebraska right here in Sarpy County. So thanks for letting us.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thanks, Marty. Thanks for coming in.
Can tell you and Fred hang out a lot together.
Okay, that brings us to the consent agenda.
Are you removing?
I'd like to move 4.8 to the regular agenda.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Warren.
I don't need a motion. I don't need a motion.
No,
No, she can just move it. We're fine.
we don't. well,
Not to move anything.
We have to vote on the consent agenda, don't we?
Right, as amended.
Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner. I thought you were doing her 4.8.
No.
Well, the clerk's getting old.
Well, that's fine. You're
can I
good.
tell
I
you?
appreciate the backup, though, because
Thank you.
I'm not getting any younger either. I have a motion by Commissioner Burmeister to approve the consent agenda minus 4.8. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Klug. Discussion. Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay, 4.8 is Resolution 104. It's a submission of Congressman Don Bacon's fiscal year 2023 community project request form for the expansion of our Juvenile Justice Center, and it authorizes the chairman to sign the letter of support for federal funding. And Dan Owens has you down as the POC.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the board, the resolution before you, if approved, would, as you just articulated, authorize us to submit to the Congressman Bacon's office a federal earmark for a $21 million support for improvements and enhancements at the Juvenile Justice Center, and also authorizes the chairman to sign a support letter for that. The background, about a month ago, I attended a webinar by invite of Congressman Bacon's office. There were multiple government entities and nonprofits, and they announced the second consecutive year of federal earmarks. The earmarks are designated as a percentage of the discretionary spending of the federal budget. They usually get protracted. We don't expect an answer anytime soon. By way of reference, last year we submitted one through the sewer agency about this time, and were just notified in January of the award that went in. So it's out there, but we wanted to get it in there, and we were certainly invited to do it. The congressman is limited to submitting 15 projects, and there were far north of 15 people on the call when I was on there, so I assume in the second year there will be a lot of interest. In making this recommendation to your board, I met with my leadership team, Scott, Bill Connolly, Beth, looked at the master plan, was looking at these big ticket items that we have, and it's our collective wisdom to recommend submission of JJC. It's a little, I won't use the word premature because we know we're going to have to do something. We're just not sure exactly what we need to do out there. And you know, improvements at the JJC are going to be dependent on the CHIN study, which should be finalized in the next 60 days or so. But the preliminary report for the CHIN study shows a potential expansion, enhancement, improvement of that area to where there is a one-stop Juvenile Justice Center, effectively moving the juvenile court functions, judges, everybody out to one location, probation, everybody out there, and that's going to require bricks and mortar construction. And so that's really what we're asking for. There's a requirement of community support. Thank you to Lisa, who they're due at midnight tonight, by the way, so if it does pass, please stick around so we can get to the Congressman's office. Lisa solicited support, and we did receive support letters from Sarpy County Sheriff, Sarpy County Public Defender, the County Attorney, probation, the school district, juvenile judges, and I can't read my own handwriting on the 6th or the 7th one, but 7 community support letters will be attached along with the chairman's support letter. Again, $21 million, probably 9 to plus months out before a decision. In discussing it internally, we don't know exactly how big or what it will cost, but it's very conceptual. If we adopt the CHIN study, we'll have much more granular detail and be able to move forward. And so it really is when we look at things that we know we're going to have to do and impact not just the community, but certainly the juveniles, would respectfully request your support to submit this to the federal government, to Congressman Bacon.
Questions for Dan?
Motion. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Burmeister, a second by Commissioner Klug. Just comments, anyone? So tomorrow, and I forgot to mention this, so this is a good excuse to do that now. Congressman Bacon will be joining us for a pretty momentous day in Sarpy County, as we're going to break ground on our as a sewer agency, in our role as a sewer agency member on the infrastructure, putting in the infrastructure for sewers across the southern part of Sarpy County. It's really, it's kind of a once in a generation kind of project, and it's going to double the size of Sarpy County in terms of tax parcels and potentially growth in population. So he'll be there, so we'll be able to thank him personally, because he went out and garnered us over $3 million in funds that we could use for that sewer system. So I'm very optimistic. He seems to know his ways around the hall of Congress pretty good, and if he's going to be advocating for us on the Juvenile Justice Center, then there's probably a better chance than not that he'll be successful. So look forward to talking to him tomorrow, and I look forward to supporting this and thanking him for all the support he gives Sarpy County.
On that note, Don, I'd just like to point out this is a good project for federal funding as the fastest growing county in the state, and with the opening of the sewer agency, it'll open up more growth there. It's a chance to make a difference starting at the beginning with juveniles that are struggling, so it's a good project for federal funding.
Thank you, Angie. Any other comments? Please vote. I don't
Yeas
have a
5,
vote.
nays
Yeah, I
none,
don't have a
motion
vote.
carries.
Thank you.
All right, 5.1 is on the regular agenda now, is Resolution 87. It's awarding the low bid for striping of our roads and streets for the Public Works Department to Highway Signing, Inc. for just a little over $500,000 for a one-year period. Beth Garber.
The purchasing department opened bids for for striping for county roads and city streets for the Public Works Department. After review, it's recommended the bid be awarded to the low bid highway signing. And the total amount for the county is $256,084. And spring striping for Sarpy County will be done by May 31st of this year.
Questions for Purchasing and Capital Projects Manager?
Did we just get one bid on this one?
We did. So Volgo was the sole provider of striping in the area. They are no longer doing striping. So highway signing took over for them. We tried.
Thanks.
What did you say the amount was?
For Sarpy County, the extended total is $256,084.
Of the 550.
Of the 550. The rest of the cost is split between Cass County, cities of Bellevue, La Vista, Ralston, and Papillion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Klug. Discussion? Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay, 5.2 is Resolution 90, a task order with HDR to the Multiple Project Master Contract Agreement, which was previously approved under Resolution 2013-303 for preliminary design, final design, bidding services, and construction phase services for the Commerce Lift Station Replacement Project, $240,700. Scott Bovick.
Thank you, Commissioner. This is a project to replace the Commerce Lift Station. You can see it on the map here in yellow. The county built that lift station about 30 years ago and sized it for the development we expected at the time and for the uses. Over time, that area is filled in and the tanks are too small, and with some of the waste that's coming from industrial users, the tanks are kind of outdated, and so we need to look at replacement. The shaded area there is the area that lift station serves. It's about 1,000 acres, and about 50% of that is actually developed, so there's another 50% that's ready to develop. And I know it's really hard to see, but for reference, this little square here is the Walmart, so that gives you the Gretna Walmart, so that gives you an idea of the area of sewer area that we're going to open. There's some developments in the area that are pending. This is an agreement with the HDR to do the design and construction observation of the Commerce Lift Station replacement. We expect the total project, including engineering, to be right at $3 million, and we expect to be able to complete that project maybe within a year from now, but for sure by the end of 2023. We fund this from our sanitary sewer budget, the Papio Creek Basin. We have sufficient funds there. All the development that's occurred in this basin over time has paid connection fees. It gives us money to be able to continue to maintain our system, much like you're doing at a larger scale for the sewer agency. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Scott?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Warren, a second by Klug. Any further questions or discussion? Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay, 5.3 is Resolution 98. It's Amendment Number 3 to the AIA agreement with the owner and construction manager at risk, J.E. Dunn Construction Company, for the Correctional Center. Brian Richards, Project Manager, Sarpy County Sheriff's Office. Excuse me.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I have 3 items I'd like to address with the board today, and number 1 is the financial status of the Correctional Center, and in a minute I'll bring up Bill Conley to address that. Number 2 is the overall project status. Jake Tejan from J.E. Dunn was nice enough to come down here and provide that update, and then I'll go through resolutions 96 through 99 and allow you to take a look at those. Also, Catherine Gatewood is here in case we have any legal questions related to those resolutions. Bill?
There we go. Good afternoon. Brian asked me to give a little update on the Correctional Center project, which I think is appropriate. It's one of the largest projects in county history, $80 million. And so put together a one-pager. It's in front of you in print form. I've got it up on the screen. I want to just highlight a few of the kind of the big picture items related to the project. When we started this, the project budget was $79.9 million, had to stay under $80 million, and they did. And I guess don't want to bury the lead. The project budget, the revised budget, is still $79.9 million. The resolutions today, two of the items in between the two yellow lines there, we're moving money from one bucket to another, basically is what we're doing, moving money from owner contingency to the construction, or we're moving money from one item within the owner's, one of the owner's buckets to the AE design fees. So overall, the project budget remains unchanged. Life to date, we have incurred a little over $41 million of costs. And then the box at the bottom on this exhibit shows the funding status, where there's 5 different funds that we're using to pay for this. Variety of, we bond financed half of it, $40 million, and then the rest came from sinking funds, ARPA funds, general fund, and inheritance fund. And you can see where we're at on that. We have the funding, or will have the funding in place in all of those. So overall, financially, the project, really a credit to Brian Richards and the team that are working on it, is on schedule. I know there was a question that came up about how much owner contingency do we have, and it shows that we right now have $1.9 million in owner contingency. We also have a pretty healthy budget in the FF&E category of about $2.5 million. So we think that by the end of the project we will perhaps, I don't want to jinx it, be under budget, but I think we'll certainly be within budget. So any questions on the finances?
So we're using part of the owner, we're using part of the owner contingency here. That's the change that's being made. You're moving some from owner contingency to something else.
One of the agenda items today is moving some money from the owner contingency into the construction budget. That's right.
Is that you, Bill, or somebody else?
Brian and Jake will address that, I believe. So.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Thanks, Brian, and thank you, Commissioners, for having me today. My name is Jake Tejan. I'm a Senior Project Manager for J.E. Dunn Construction. I'll just give you a brief background on kind of where we started and where we are today and where we're going and kind of what this amendment means for the project. So background, a year ago next week, we did our groundbreaking ceremony out in the parking lot in the field for the Correctional Center. The year flew by pretty fast. I know for us, I know it took a while for you to really see us behind the fence there. First thing we did some stripping, got our blue fence up. Took a while for us to kind of go up, and everyone was kind of wondering what we were doing. So back in October, our first load of steel arrived. So that was really when we started coming up out of the ground. So in the last 6 months since October, we've fully erected the entire structure. We've got it enclosed, so we're really out of the elements now. The roof's on, all the skin is on. So I know it took a while to kind of show that steel in the air, but really we've made a lot of great progress here in the last 6 months in getting that work in place. So now for the next 8.5 months, which is what that amendment shows, our new end date, January 4th, our main focus is on the finishes, really fitting out those behavioral health spaces, and really honing in on the specialized security components that go with a facility like this, right? It's not just walls and barriers, but it's all those smarts and parts with the security and those systems. So I won't get into too much more because I think you guys are coming to the site today for a walk, so you'll see a lot better than I can say today. But kind of what we're excited to do with this amendment today to get it executed. Obviously, we've been involved for 2 years, a lot of hard work. I know there's been a lot of work even before we got involved. So we've dealt with material escalations. We've dealt with labor shortages, supply chain issues, all the stuff that's come with the COVID the past couple of years. So we're still hitting, like Bill said, with a healthy owner contingency on your side. We still have a nice construction contingency on our side that's helping to take care of unforeseen things, really keep us moving at the pace we need. So we're set up very well at the stage of this project to in the CM at risk format that we're in, really protect yourselves and everyone involved to finish this where we all hope to be. And then the last thing, this amendment, you'll notice in the number, we were able to maintain that original GMP that we set a year ago with all those obstacles with material escalation, COVID and everything. And really the only way we were able to do that was with your support, with the county's team, Brian and Stu and the other Brian and Ryan and everyone involved with their support, as well as the DLR team and their design partners. And then, not just J.E. Dunn, but our entire trade partner team that's out there is really a part of bringing this in and meeting that number after this tough year of both construction and just the overall economy and the world we're in. So that's really all I have. If there are any questions, I can answer those on the amendment, or if Brian has anything else, and we look forward to hosting you all here at the meeting.
We appreciate you staying under the number with
Yeah.
all the challenges that have been in place over the last year in particular. The change on the owner contingency, do you know what that is, Jake? What were the things that contributed to using the owner contingency?
Yeah, so those were added scope to our scope. So we signed up our amendment to a set of documents in a defined set of scope. Since then, I know through meetings and whatnot with the county, they've determined to add certain additional functions that weren't in our drawings. I can't think of them off the top of my head. I don't know if you have them, Brian, but really they are additional scope that's a better overall better end product for the county and really a use of funds that probably wouldn't have been used otherwise and now are going to be used for better facility.
Is that pretty common in a?
Yeah, absolutely. We can all plan at the beginning on what we want, but as we go through that process, owners, design teams, anyone else come up with new and better ideas and things change. So very common and a really good setup with the budget in the beginning to have that contingency on the owner's side to be able to take care of those, to not raise the 79.9 overall project budget.
With being able to stay true to that budget, the 79 million, has there been any value engineering, any other changes along the way that have reduced some costs to combat inflation and supply chain costs and issues along those lines?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what that 2 years we've been talking about. We've only been working, physically on the project for a year, but well before that, as DLR was finishing their design, our pre-construction team was involved, our trade partners were engaged, so we were changing material types, maybe changing equipment, identifying from our trade partners what might be a long lead time or what maybe we aren't even going to get yet in 2022 or 23. So we make those shifts and those pivots to again bring this in this CM at risk format so that we can all meet that goal.
It's very, very impressed that you're staying with that. That's fantastic.
So it looks like it's connected to the existing courthouse now?
We are connected on the roof and in the walls. We haven't. I don't think we've made our full punch through yet in the existing courthouse. But
so we have to go outside to go see this facility?
yes, we do. Just for a little bit longer.
Can we get a heated vehicle?
We'll see what we can do. Yeah.
You guys are doing great work. So when's the anticipated ribbon cutting?
January 4th is our substantial completion date on the amendment. Now, I know in speaking to Brian and his team, there's still obviously, it's not January 5th that inmates move in. There's some move and whatnot coordination that the county and the sheriff's department and everything will be doing. But January 4th is essentially when we turn the keys over.
So that date probably anticipates a lot of weather. Days. We really haven't had any, have we?
We have had, actually, probably according to our last pay app, since we've started, 23, 24 weather days where it's either snowed or the wind or the cold has been too much that we haven't been able to continue our critical path activities. But like I mentioned, now that we're enclosed and we've reached that point, we don't have too many of those left accounted for in the project, and we really don't need to because we're through that risk now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you know how big the space is for the mural that Chairman Kelly wants to
I do not,
on the building?
but I can find out.
I know he's been stockpiling paint, but it looks like we might have I know he wants to get painting that, so. It looks like we might have enough for the paint and the owner contingency if we keep on this.
You can buy a lot of paint for that, yeah.
Thanks for the report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else, Brian, on this? Yes, sir. Okay. Then I'll take a motion on 5.3, Resolution 98.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion by Klug, second by Mixon. Any further comments or questions?
I think Brian has more information.
Mr. Chairman, I was just going to ask you if you had enough information to vote on that, so
Yeah.
if you do, then that was it.
Well, when I look around and nobody says anything, that's usually
Sounds
my
good
cue.
to me. 1 down, 3 to go for me, so.
All right, well, thank you, Captain Richards.
Yes, sir.
Any comments? Okay, and then let's vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay, 5.4 is Resolution 99, which ratifies the project manager's signature on change order number 2 to the manager at risk contract agreement for J.E. Dunn in the amount of $229,459.
Yes, sir.
Captain Richards.
If I could just provide Vice Chairman Burmeister an example
Sure.
of what one item that was in those changes that our design team came together on, and it was actually the jail director, Ryan Marl's idea, is some security glass that has different glazing for the control tower that allows you to not see in, and you can see out under all types of different lighting conditions. And so, that was an expensive item, but we decided that was a really good upgrade and a good value to our money. And so, yeah, it's items like that come along that we run by the design team and also fiscal, and we weigh that with whether things are worth it to move forward on. There are items that we've turned down that just have come in too high or just didn't make sense at the end of the day. So we're trying to value engineer our way through, with respect to the contingency and the county's money, so we don't waste any of it. So. With that being said, those are just the $229,459 are those change orders, and we're adopting those out of our owner contingency.
And so all of those changes that are made for owner contingency, those are changes that the county is making.
That's correct.
Not that their
Yeah.
construction contingency would be different just for.
It is, yeah. Their construction contingency, they review with us, but they're items that come up under their scope of work that are out of their control, that they use their contingency for. But they do review those items with us biweekly.
And on the owner contingency side, there's a team of you that are looking at those requested changes or different things that come up and making that decision as a team.
That's correct. Yeah, the original design team reviews all of them, and we run them through also our architect to see if they've been priced correctly, see if they actually implement those into the design, send them over to J.E. Dunn to be priced out, and if the price comes back where we think we can do it, we'll make a decision from there.
Any other questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Klug, second by Commissioner Burmeister. Discussion? Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay, and then lastly is Resolution 96 for Code Consultants, Professional Engineers Proposal for Agreement Addendum 1 for the Smoke Control System Special Inspection Services, $58,000. Captain Richards.
Yes, sir. This has been brought before the board, I think it was back in December, for a letter of intent to go with CCI to provide those services. Now it's been placed by Catherine Gatewood into a resolution and a contract. It's been finalized, and we're just asking for your approval on that.
Questions?
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Klug. Discussion? Please vote.
Did you hit your second button, Dave?
I did.
Okay, I don't have it. Let me throw it in quick. Okay. Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay, and then finally, 5.6 is Resolution 97, which is the fourth amendment to the AIA Professional Services Agreement with DLR Group, $66,700, and it supersedes Resolution 2021-404. Captain Richards.
Yes, sir. This is similar to the CCI contract. It's been before the board before for a letter of intent to move forward with them. The contract's been finalized, and we're asking for approval. The commissioning services are for the HVAC systems and all the systems that run the new correctional center, and we'd like to be able to move forward on this.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Klug, second by Burmeister. Discussion? Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Richards. Jake, thanks for coming in. 5.7 is Resolution 86, a renewal of the interlocal juvenile services agreement with Douglas County for mutual detention and housing of juveniles in their youth center and our Juvenile Justice Center for a 12-month period starting retroactive January 1st, 2022 through the end of the year. Tammy Steensma.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Hello.
Before you is this interlocal agreement between Douglas County and Sarpy County for us to house our youth at the Douglas County Youth Center and also for Douglas County to use the Juvenile Justice Center. I'm sure you have some figures in front of you from the resolution, but we have pretty much mirrored each other as far as our per diem rates go. And we have had a contract, our counties have had a contract together for well over 30 years for us to hold youth at the Douglas County Youth Center. It's been within the last 10 to 12 years that we have been holding youth at the Sarpy County Juvenile Justice Center from Douglas County. And we did have an auto renewal agreement with the contracts, but now with the discussion of the new Douglas County Youth Center, they are asking that we only have a year at a time. So we have increased our rates, and they have increased their rates again starting in July. So up for discussion as far as what the board would agree to, and if you have any questions as far as what the per diem rate would be. As you know, because I've been up here before talking with our Board of Corrections, we do house youth at the Douglas County Youth Center that have extremely serious charges, depending on their score with the risk assessment inventory, escape risk as well too, and high profile cases are generally the ones that are placed at the Douglas County Youth Center.
Is there any kind of scale that applies to that as far as charges? Do you charge more for high risk?
Typically, secure detention is usually higher risk as far or higher per diem, and that's been pretty much the case with all of our detention centers, even going back to the date when Scottsbluff had a detention center. Typically, staff secure was slightly lower and secure was always higher. Douglas County, though, we were able to mirror our per diem with each other. But Sarpy County staff secure, we are actually right in line, even a little bit higher than Madison County, and they are also staff secure.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Warren and a second by Commissioner Klug.
Thank you.
Discussion? Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay, 5.8 is Resolution 95. It's a proposal for technical and advisory services for the administration of the American Rescue Plan, also known as ARPA, Program and Master Services Agreement. Bill Conley, CFO.
I'm pleased to have this resolution in front of you. As you know, the county received $36.3 million of ARPA funds, and the regulations are very technical. The reporting is very complex, and we initially hired a law firm to assist with some of that, and that relationship really didn't work out the best, but we're pleased to have found UHY LLP as a consultant to help us with that. They are a international CPA firm, one of the large CPA firms in the nation and the world. I think they have 1,200 CPAs in the country. It was pretty obvious in our initial discussions with Jack Reagan and his team that they understand ARPA. And I mean, we were immediately able to dive into specific questions and have discussions. And what they will help us with is, our interpretation of whether proposed expenses comply with ARPA regulations, are the reporting that we're doing meeting the regulations and so on, and other advisory services. The fees will be paid for out of ARPA funds as well. So this authorization, this resolution is not an obligation, but it allows us the opportunity to engage their services. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Klug, second by Commissioner Burmeister. Discussion? Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
I don't know.
What?
Do we want to go into recess and come back and do this last board or the exec session and press through? Or
Press through with corrections.
press through
Good idea.
corrections?
And then Ryan can wait for the tour.
Okay.
We'll only have one person waiting then.
All right.
Ryan?
So it's 3:42. I'm going to put the Sarpy County Board in recess, and we'll reconvene after our tour and wrap up the corrections.
So Commissioner, are you going straight to the correctional meeting then right
Yeah,
now?
go right to the Board of Corrections. We have reports here on the.
Yeah. Are you
Yes.
Yeah. He's
Okay,
got
wait a
it.
minute. So you're going to go to the correctional meeting at this point?
Yes.
Hold on, got you. All right, hold on. Let me get this out. I got to get you down. Wait a minute. Okay, you're going to call this one to order now, correct? Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Are we good?
We are, I'm ready for you.
Okay.
Yep, we're ready.
Okay, welcome everybody to the Board of Corrections. It's 19 April 2022. All our Nebraska open meeting rules are on the north wall. We have all 5 board members present, along with our county administrator and our county clerk and register of deeds. The first item on the corrections agenda is the minutes from our February 15, 2022 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Warren and a second by Burmeister. And I can't remember.
Gary, you were absent at that last meeting.
Okay.
I was?
Yes,
Okay.
Okay, and
So I
now that
need
we
you to
have that,
abstain.
please vote.
okay. There we go. Okay, Ayes 4, abstain Mixon.
Okay, on the correctional reports, I'll bring Ryan, or are we going to go through each individual, Ryan? Let's start with our Juvenile Services Director, Tammy Steensma. Hi, Tammy. Welcome back. It's been a long time.
Is it up here? What do you want me to do, Jean?
Just need to rest the screen, I think. Minimize it, Tammy,
Just minimize it?
and then go to the desktop.
Our reports? Yeah, our Board of Corrections reports, or it can be on the agenda too. Keep going. Right here. And then mine's there. Sorry about that. For the Juvenile Justice Center, we had very busy months in February and March. So 29 bookings and 26 in March, and then 15 and 18 respectively for our admissions. Our average daily population did jump from 6 to 10. What I really want to draw your attention to is our community programs. So our care and tracker went from 56 in February to 69 in March. And then our alternative school went from 31 with 2 graduates to just 20 in March. As the school year starts to come to a close, we will have some of our youth that will be leaving as they receive their credits. Our reporting center, big jump from 29 to 59. So our community programs are really increasing this time of year. Our medical stats, just want to draw your attention, in February we only had 27 assessments, but we went to 65 in March. We had some COVID screenings. We also had some youth that came in with injuries, and a couple of our intoxicated youth and under the influence of drugs as well. Draw your attention to our medications. We had 11 youth on psych meds in February, 13 on psych meds, but you can see there was a total of 39 meds for February and 49 for March. So most of our youth are on anywhere from 2 to 4 different type of meds when they come in. And of course, our mental health watches are always pretty significant. I just have my usual map here, so you can see where the majority of our youth are coming from, or at least from February, and then not much of a difference for March. Can I answer any questions?
I saw something about some juvenile mental health initiative. I don't remember if it was a new law passed or.
Emmanuel.
Huh?
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Right. So they are going to be opening a facility for mental health treatment for Emmanuel.
So will we be able to utilize that facility?
I don't see why we wouldn't be able to, but that'll be definitely up for discussion.
Okay. Will that be something we do interlocal or what?
Yeah, probably appropriate, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Warren and Commissioner Burmeister on the mental health leadership team, May 5th, we're holding a SIM, sequential intercept model training, and that's really designed to put all these services together, inventory them, and find out where the connection points can be made, and that's certainly on the agenda for discussion.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? I really want to have a meeting down in the Juvenile Justice Center. So
Just tell me when. I mentioned something about March.
Ryan, when are we up next for the Corrections Board? Next quarter? Next quarter, be summer and be good.
We're not going anywhere.
Okay.
You just tell me when and where. We'll be there.
Set up an obstacle course, see who can scale the fence.
Do you have a graduation this year?
Well, we'll see if we have any youth in our detention center that graduate.
Oh, okay.
Well, we will have plenty in our alternative school. We just don't do a huge ceremony for them because they get to attend their regular school.
Yeah, that's fine.
But if I do have any for this school year, I will let you know.
Yeah, and just let's see if we can get something down there. I haven't been down there since last summer when we had that,
right?
Whatever that event was.
Our back to school bash will be coming back in August.
That was pretty good. That was fun. So I think it'd be good for the board to get down there and see the new project and
absolutely
other things. Great, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Community Corrections Director Jake Burst. Hi, Jake. Afternoon.
I don't know how to do this.
Oh, this works? Thanks, Tammy. Like this has been a corrections-heavy meeting. Hope you're not sick of talking about it. So, just want to go through our February and March stats here real quick. House arrest stayed pretty consistent across February and March. We didn't have any work release admissions in February. We did have one participant down at the RAP program. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that here in a moment. 30 offenders on pretrial release. One of those was out of Cass County. Moving into March, again, house arrest numbers. We did have one admission down to work release. And then one participant down in RAP who he just finished the program earlier this month, and that program really kind of worked the way that we wanted it to. He was sitting in our jail on a felony 4th offense DUI, was able to go to the RAP program to get participate in some programming that we just don't have available here. Was able to get a CD evaluation. Did so well there, convinced our Sarpy County Court judge to let him out on bond, and is now in residential treatment. So just worked really the way, I know it's just one person, but it just worked the way we wanted it to work, and I was really happy to see that. So big number in our pretrial numbers in March, jumped up to 43 placements. quite a few out of Odo County, which that is a lot for us in 1 month. And then kind of our year-to-date totals here, 346 total participants. The jail beds saved there, almost 18,000 to the tune of almost $2.5 million. Getting into some of the charts here. Here are pretrial screenings between January, February, March. These are the people that we screened that they weren't placed on programming, but judge decided to release them on their own recognizance, and you can see the pretrial placements going up January, February, March. Our electronic monitoring numbers took a huge jump. You can see it jumping up to 114 in the month of March. For alcohol monitoring, I would have to look, but I think that's an all-time monthly high. And then our GPS monitoring numbers have been climbing up as the type of offender that we're supervising just seems to be a little bit higher risk. And then here's kind of the charge category breakdown. As you can see, over a third of the clients that we're supervising right now in pretrial services have a charge that against a person. So, it's protection orders, assaults, things like that. I wanted to spend a little bit of time. I know I've talked to you guys, talked to this board in the past about our mental health case management program. This were our stats from the last quarter. I've occasionally shared those. We have to submit a quarterly report to the Crime Commission as this program is grant funded, and it has been since the inception of the program in January 2014. This program took its first clients in February 2014. So you can see we had a really busy quarter. We had 17 new participants, 49 total participants, and you can see the graph that I put together here as far as, so 2018, as far as pretrial services in general, was our biggest year ever. I mean, we just had a ton of people placed on programming. The jail was bursting at the seams. And then you can see as COVID hit, our numbers kind of plummeted and have slowly started to come back up. So the average caseload, we keep a running weekly total of what the average caseload looks like, and you can see right now in quarter one of 2022, we're at an all-time high. Since January 2014, we've had, I think it's actually now 485 total participants on the program. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about just kind of what that process looks like with mental health case management. So as far as pretrial services, we go to the jail every day and interview offenders for this program before they see a judge. And the jail does a really nice job, which we're really appreciative of doing a mental health screening when they first get booked in, which we have access to and can identify any elevated risk for mental health issues and bring those concerns up during the interview for placement on this program. So once we get an individual placed on mental health case management, it's kind of a lengthy intake process. There's a strengths and needs assessment that's done, really kind of looking at what areas of this person's life are they struggling with, and how can we help them? What areas are they maybe doing particularly well, and how can we build off of that? And then it's just networking them with resources in the community and weekly check-ins, and then they're subject to all the same kind of supervision requirements as a normal pretrial individual, weekly, or not weekly, but random drug testing, checking in, avoiding law enforcement contact, things like that. So, we measure success a little bit differently with this program with our normal pretrial clients. Really how we're measuring success is we want those individuals to get through the pretrial period, meaning from when we get them out of jail until their case reaches a disposition without failing to appear for court and without receiving any new law violations. But with the population in this group, it's a little bit different, right? I mean, we're trying to establish independent living skills, medication management, therapy, chemical dependency evaluations, all that. So to hopefully establishing all of those things are going to reduce an individual's contact with law enforcement. So anyways, one of the things that we're trying to do, as you can see, the numbers are going up, and Mr. Chairman, you had asked me a handful of meetings ago, how are you staffed as an office? And overall with our regular pretrial program, house arrest, work release, we're staffed very well. I think we're staffed well to accommodate future growth. I worry about the mental health case management program, just with the numbers going up and being able to give that program the attention that it deserves, the attention that population deserves. We've looked at short-term solutions. I've mentioned, I think in prior meetings, we have a practicum student through UNO. She just finished her last day yesterday. She was fantastic. We hit the absolute jackpot in terms of practicum students. She was great, but she's on to graduate school, and so we've looked at other things. Ashley Weisbrot runs the program. She has her master's of social work, does just a fantastic job. She has been with us since the beginning. We're very fortunate to not have any turnover with that program. And then we've kind of had to get creative. One of our staff members, Megan Jacobson, has her master's of social work. She's had to take on a small caseload. I have my license to practice mental health. I've had to take on a few people just to make sure that this population is getting its needs met. So with the way things are trending, I wanted to bring it to this board's attention, just some of the challenges that we're facing as a department. So yeah, that's about it. Sorry, I kind of rambled there, but.
No, that's good information. I appreciate it. Do you have any interaction, with this program, with your mental health case management with our county attorney's office?
We do, and I'm glad you brought that up. So there is, we have a nice communication with the county, specifically diversion, because county attorney's office has mental health diversion. And so we're kind of on the front lines, right? You know, we're getting people as they come out of jail. A lot of times these people are in crisis, trying to get them stabilized and network with services, and if the county attorney's office feels that it's appropriate based on what they're charged with, they might be eligible for mental health diversion, and will then transition from our program to their program, or to wellness court, which is probation's program, for that population.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Any other questions?
Okay.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you, you bet.
Ryan, Corrections Director report.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Just want to make a real quick announcement. If I get Julie to stand up. Julie Nelson is our new Operations Lieutenant. She's going to join us Monday, and just congratulate her on that.
Don't we require her to come up and sing her school fight song or something? No?
No. We're really excited to have Julie on board. That completes our command staff. And with Julie taking care of our day-to-day operations, that's going to free up our assistant director and myself to work on the transition plan for the new facility. We have a master plan checklist. It's about 11 pages long. Dozens and dozens of details that we're working on, so we can't wait for her to get started. I lost my chart here. The other thing I just mentioned to you is we started hiring our corrections officers. As soon as I came on board, since January, we've brought on 18 additional officers. We have 4 correctional officer vacancies that we're working on between now and the end of this fiscal year, from the July 1st to December 31st, before we go into the new facility. We're looking to bring on 31 additional officers, so very aggressive recruiting. Some short-term goals would be our staff development program, developing our supervisors, so that'll help us retain all these new officers, and then just kind of enhance that training and supervision. So the other thing that we're concerned about going into the new facility is our average daily population. The larger this number is, the more challenging it's going to be for us to go into our facility. If we get up into the 230 range, with the growth of the county population, that's going to affect the number of staff that we need. So the 31, the total of 113 FTE going into the new facility is to get us to July 2023 or June 30th, 2023. This ADP is going to determine a lot about where we go from there. So you can see right now our ADP for average daily population for March was 162. The 5-year average is 168. And if you look at the last 3 or 4 months, we're pretty stable, which is a great sign for us. And then some of these other charts are pretty standard. So I just will kind of skip through those since we're going to go tour and we can walk and talk as we go through. But want to kind of focus on, okay, well, we didn't update this chart. Let me see if I can get it to go back up. Sorry, we missed a chart there. So the chart that I wanted to present talked about our recidivism rate in our jail. So right now, 20% of our jail population are repeat offenders. We're really going to work on that group. If you compare that to the ADP, that's about 30 inmates. So we're going to focus reentry services, case management, some of our non-clinical program on that group. That will help us keep that ADP down where it needs to be. We want to focus those jail beds on the people that need to be in jail and help us transition the people out of there that don't need to be taking up those beds. So sorry about not having that chart in there, but if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
I guess first comment, and this goes back to you, Jake,
Sure.
as far as the work that you guys do, I see it as tremendously important. I think it's a huge benefit to the county, and I think it will continue to be. Hearing about the numbers when we're talking about, just because we have beds available, I don't just want to fill it up, and I think huge kudos to you, and please continue the great work there.
Great.
Second question to you, Ryan, or I guess the first question.
Sure.
Just being, you said we have about a 20% recidivism rate. Do you know where that fits in as far as national average is concerned?
I don't know comparatively. You know, a prison recidivism rate is probably much higher. You know, but their term that they use for recidivism is different. So ours is re-arrest, booking, and admission. In a state prison system, it would be commit a new offense, found guilty within 3 years after your release. So
I love that we at least have a baseline to start to work down.
Right.
Thank you.
What's the difference between Series 1 and Series 2, mental health illness?
So the SMI is, our diagnosis. That's a large percentage of the population. I'm not sure what that SMI2, I don't have that graph in here. But we're looking at 4 different kind of levels of care.
I think it's the next slide after the blank page. No, go down. Go down.
Sorry about that.
It's past that blank page. There you go. That one.
Okay. And so this is, like I said, it's just showing the percentage of our daily population that are diagnosed with a serious mental illness.
Right.
And you can see that we've taken that number down from a high of 20% last year down to about 12%. So we have impacted that with our reentry services. I think I'd have to look and see, Don, what we're referring to with that series.
I think that
1 or
must be the
2.
years, right? Because I'm thinking we've gone from 20% to about 12%. The red line would indicate 2021, and the blue line would indicate 2022.
Yeah.
So I thought there was some connotation with the series, meaning that the significance of the mental illness.
I apologize for that. Like I said, I should have looked at that chart.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
You answered my question, so I'm happy.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. As far as the new facility goes, Jake has covered most of that. And, you'll see as we get out there, they've started the painting. Most of what they call the CMUs, the concrete masonry walls are up, about 80 to 90% of that on the first and second floors. And you see the staircases in the photos. You see all the ductwork, the plumbing, the HVAC. So it is going to look completely different than the last time you visited the facility. So we're excited to get you all over there.
Great.
Any questions on any of that?
You guys ready to go?
No, we'll do closed session.
We'll
We'll do closed session first.
Should we?
Closed
Okay.
session.
Gotcha.
So we're going
We're
to
going to do the tour after the exec? Got it.
Ryan,
Okay.
you stay in the closed session.
Thank you.
Okay,
So I guess I have to recess this meeting too then, right?
hold on. Give me 1 minute here and I'll catch, okay, so you're going to research, all right, we're going to do this one now, and you're going back to closed session.
Right.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, so I have 4:05. We're going to recess the Board of Corrections meeting.
Give me 1 minute, I gotta get back, I have to get you back there, wait a minute.
Okay.
I gotta make all your notes so we don't get messed up here. Okay, so you're gonna have a motion now to go into closed session?
For the protection of
Yeah.
the public interest, I move we go into executive session to discuss collective bargaining.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Burmeister, second by Commissioner Klug to go in executive session. Discussion on that. Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries. All right, hold on.
Okay, it's now 4:06. We're going to go into executive session where our discussion will be restricted to collective bargaining.
Okay, and when you come back, we're gonna adjourn this meeting, correct?
Yes. Yeah, we
All right, hold, I forget where we're at. Where are you at anyway on this?
We're in the exec session.
You recessed correctional meeting. All right, so you're going now to,
Back into the board meeting, and then we need to go into the correctional meeting. To take the job.
okay, hold on, you're done. Kelly return, we gotta have this one. Why do I have, okay, let's go in. All right, I'm gonna turn these around. I know what I've done, so just do me a, okay, send for votes. Okay, we're gonna return to regular now. Okay.
Okay, at 4:05.
5:08.
Are we up?
You're up, let's go.
Okay,
Let me get a vote here, though.
it's now 5:09. At 4:05, we went into executive session where our discussion was restricted to collective bargaining. I need a motion to return to the regular session.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Burmeister, second by Klug. Discussion? Please vote.
Who's the
I'm
second?
not sure that what I clicked on was,
Yep, I think.
Yeah, you
We're good. Okay, so ayes 5, nays none. Now, you're going to adjourn this meeting.
Right?
Okay, let's go.
All agenda items having been addressed as published, the Board of Commissioners is adjourned.
Okay, let me get this one down. Now, we're back to Board of Corrections. Okay, hold on.
So at 4:05, the Board of Corrections went into recess,
Again.
and we're going back into the meeting with the jail tour.
Okay. Okay, so you're you're recessing now. Okay, you're going back to recess to want a jail tour. Gotcha. All right. Bye. They don't know the difference, so it's not going to be a big deal. All right, so here we go.
All right. What we got here? I'm assuming they're going to want the things up, the barriers. We've always put them up before.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't have 5 chairs up there?
You guys have put these up before, right? What's that?
Are they a meeting in there now, so we can't take chairs out of there?
No. We shouldn't need to.
Well,
Now, this should be good. How many do we have up here? 3, 4, 6,
we usually need more than 9.
Huh?
We usually need more than 9. We've had up to 11, 12, 12.
Hopefully there's not that many this time. How many more chairs are in there, Mark?
That's it. I took them all.
Okay, then that's what we'll do.
Okay.
It's hard to tell.
I know because the chairs, they don't have enough.
I'll just do the best I can. They want to move them.
Saying we don't have enough.
Probably. Which is okay. I have stuff here, so I'm just doing the best I can.
as long as they're between the
Yeah. I'm just putting them
chairs.
between the mics and stuff, so if they don't want them there, then they can be moved, but right now I'm just putting them.
I'm not having a problem with this today. I'm usually really good at this.
You're tired. You don't. Doesn't that seem like a lot, 15%?
Well, considering that some of it's vacation too.
True. And remember,
there were people that went gone because of COVID, even though they weren't sick.
and remember, I'm not here next Monday. My colonoscopy's in. Yeah, we'll put. This is so stupid. Okay, I mean, that's what I can do. That's good for now, man. There's nothing. We got stuff in the letter, so we can't set up for that. They want us to change. Oh, well, we could put. You could put one right there. I
Yeah,
suppose.
that's what I was gonna do.
That's fine. Yeah, leave it. It's fine. All right, so then
Is every chair being used?
I don't know. So we'll just set it up this way.
No, we need to put one here.
Huh? Yeah, I don't want to move their stuff though.
Well,
Perfect.
why do they even need these? Nobody cares anymore. Chair, 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 chair.
Did they have one here?
Yeah. And they want them on the.
Wasn't sure. I never can remember.
Okay, at least the chairs are divided with inches.
Okay.
Okay, we need.
You just pull them out. No, that's right. Do they have the little chairs in here? Side gate one. I grabbed it from the conference room. I think you wanted another one.
I think that's it.
I think we're good.
I can't remember, sometimes they want them here. They want the thing here, but
Yeah.
I don't know why they need it.
Look at this. See this?
Well, his name is probably black. Funny. Oh yeah, that is an John Johnson. That's it.
Let's do it. Dan Holmes.
Kelly, it's a good thing I like you.
Man, they locked this place down.
If you don't quit lousing up my minutes, I'm moving all over the place.
They got the planning,
Plexiglass.
the planning commission is coming to live.
All right.
Good grief. Somebody better log us out of this, I guess, huh?
Yeah, give me those.
Okay, read your closing line so we can get out of here.
All right.
Not that I don't like you, but I'm tired of
Put
you.
us back.
All agenda items have been addressed as published, and the Board of Corrections is adjourned.
If you don't quit running these meetings all over the place, I'm going to knock you in the head.
That was Angie's fault.
It was?
I don't know.